For tonight's activity, I want to show you a game called Garbage Golf. This game combines aspects of principle number 1, plan ahead and prepare, and principle number 3, dispose of waste properly. As we all know, trash is one of the biggest and most obvious impacts we can have on the outdoors. We've all seen signs and slogans such as the one shown here, and I'd like to think that we're all pretty well versed in making sure we take out what we bring. Hopefully we leave places better than we found them. With a little extra planning and preparation, we can figure out ways to reduce the amount of trash we bring with us. Another way to look at this sign is thinking along the lines of, if you don't pack it in, you won't have to pack it out. Not only does reducing our trash before we leave help us make less of an impact on the environment, but it can also reduce weight, bulk, and food prep time as well. It doesn't matter if you're backpacking, canoeing, car camping, or anything in between, the end result will be a cleaner and more efficient camp. So here's one way to turn waste reduction into a game. The idea is that you would use this game as your unit prepares their food for an outing. You can have patrols compete against each other, or this can also be done individually depending on your unit and what type of outing you're going on. I've called it Garbage Golf because it's scored like golf, meaning the more trash you eliminate, the lower your score goes. The goal is to get as close to 0 as possible, or even negative if you can. So here are the rules. Each packaged food item counts as one piece of trash. 1 piece equals 1 point. I know that many of these items would probably produce more, but for the sake of simplicity, we'll leave it at 1. Items such as bagged jerky or dehydrated meals are 0, because the bag they come in can be repurposed and used as a receptacle to pack out other trash. So in this picture, we have 11 different items, but the bagged jerky and the dehydrated meal count as 0 because those bags can be repurposed. The other 9 items all count as 1 point, so we want to try and repackage them and remove some of the packaging they came in so that we don't have to bring it with us, and that will reduce our score. Additionally, Ziploc bags are worth 1 point because they are still, at the end of the day, single-use trash. The reusable bags or containers are worth negative 1 point because they can be reused as many times as needed. Now, each food that you unpackage and place in a bag is worth negative 1 points, and so that's how we reduce our impact, is by unpackaging things and combining them into these containers. Now, even though I haven't technically unpackaged these foods because I'm not currently going on an outing, this particular scenario, if these foods had been unpackaged and placed in the Ziploc bags, would be worth negative 4 points. And this is how that works. The Backpacker's Pantry and Jack Link's Jerky are each worth 0, so there's no problem there. The ramen, which packaged was 1 point, now being unpackaged and putting it in the Ziploc bag would be negative 1 point, and that would cancel out the 1 point for the Ziploc bag, bringing the total for that scenario to 0. The 2 granola bars, which originally had a value of 2 points apiece, being unpackaged and put into the Ziploc bag, creates a total of negative 2 for those bars. The Ziploc bag being 1 point, added together, creates a total of negative 1 points. The tortillas in their original packaging is worth 1 point, but unpackaged, they're worth negative 1. And when placed in the reusable bag, which you can't see right now because the tortillas are on top of it, would count as a total of negative 2 because the reusable bag is also negative 1. So all of those put together create a total for your repackaged food of negative 4 points. If you recall from the first slide, there are a few items still left that we have not been able to repackage. Since there are 5 of these items left, each of them score 1 point, and when added to our repackaged total of negative 4, comes out as a total of 1 point overall. This is not bad, but I'm sure there are many other scenarios and ways of repackaging things and combinations of using reusable containers for our repackaged food that could possibly push this score even lower. And that's what makes this very flexible and very fun, especially in a group or patrol setting as a competition. It allows the kids to use their creativity to come up with solutions to decrease their impact. Now, just because I've done it this way doesn't mean you can't be creative and alter the points or the rules in any way that you see fit according to your circumstances. But this is just a fun idea to make this sometimes tedious process of food preparation become a little bit more fun and have an objective that gears us towards thinking of leave no trace and minimizing our impact. Thanks for being here tonight. This has been the April Outdoor Ethics and Conservation Roundtable activity idea.